Hi folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com, and I'm coming to you here live in South by Southwest, Austin, Texas, 2018 with Heather Havenwood.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Heather?
I'm awesome.
Oh my gosh. We had you on the podcast, and you were just so freaking awesome. I said, we got to drive from Las Vegas out to Austin to personally interview Heather.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
And she's also known as the Sexy Boss.
The Sexy Boss.
The Sexy Boss. I mean, who wouldn't drive across the country for that, really, when it comes down to it?
Yeah, thank you.
So give us your plug so people can look it up really quick, Heather.
Sure. My name is Heather Havenwood. You can go check me out at heatherhavenwood.com. I have my own radio show called The Win with Heather Havenwood, and I'm the author of Sexy Boss, about the empowerment of women. It's changing the rule book for money, success, and sex. And that is why I'm here today to really support Wandersafe, which is really about being safe while you travel for women. That's why I'm here today, and to meet you. At the same time, really making sure I'm supporting and empowering other women to start and grow businesses.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. And it's wonderful to meet you. I love meeting people in real life.
So awesome.
Because, you know, even now, I've been telling people after 8 years, I still get, you know, kind of the fakeness of social media.
They do.
I mean, you know, you look at people and they start to become avatars to you, and these pictures and you just they just don't have that same three dimension of real life.
So true.
It's like when I call people on the phone, they're like, "Why are you calling me?" I'm like, "So we can have a human moment and actually talk." Like,
I call it H to H.
Yeah. Like,
human to human.
Yeah. A little bit of Brian Kramer there.
Yeah.
So, so what are you doing these days?
Well, I live here, which is super fun to have South by Southwest come to me. I live down the street about a mile away, and I absolutely love South by Southwest. I've been coming here since '09. And what's interesting about it is there's just so many parties and beyond parties and beyond parties. And the number one complaint I hear from people who are newbies is I can't handle it all. I'm like, you gotta let it go. You just gotta focus on the networking because you meet amazing people and you get to meet them real time beyond Facebook and social media. That's really the intention. But I was here in '09 when Twitter started.
Wow. Yeah.
So people were walking around with their @ sign. They had T-shirts with like @ whatever. So that was kind of the main thing about South by Southwest is kind of the innovation of small companies and startups. That's why I think Wandersafe launching here is perfect.
Yeah. So Wandersafe is pretty cool. They're a sponsor here, of course, in South by Southwest. You probably see a lot of media over them. You know, Stephanie Rodriguez, the founder and CEO, she's made. You know, she travels all over the world, as I'm sure you do. I've seen all your speaking pictures and everywhere you go. And, you know, women have, you know, I'm a big guy. No one messes with me.
Right.
But I have been in some bad neighborhoods where I've taken all my gold watches or whatever I had on and kind of gotten ready for throwdown. You know, women have a whole different sort of context when they go out and they travel and stuff. So, you've traveled. Where have you
So
traveled
for 7 years, between '01 and '07, I actually traveled 50 weeks out of the year. So 52 weeks in the year, I traveled a lot. And I traveled mainly by myself or sometimes with a team. But I would have loved to have this app because there are so many times where the hotel looked really nice, but the neighborhood wasn't so nice. Yeah. You know, you walk in this gorgeous room and you walk outside, you're like, oh, whoa. You know, this is before Uber, where you just like can call an Uber in the middle of nowhere. This is before all of that, you know. So I think having that is so important. I just was in Chicago like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and the hotel again was phenomenal. But again, one of those neighborhoods that was, I wouldn't say bad or great. It was just sketchy, and I would have liked to have known. I would have paid a little extra for myself to go into a little better neighborhood to feel safe, right? Yeah. And I think that having the app that says, hey, here's what's kind of going down with this neighborhood, so you kind of know, I think is important.
Yeah, or if you walk into a bad neighborhood. Sometimes I'll be walking around, I'll just be like, I want to go see some sights. Like I used to do a thing where I just go on Johnson with my cameras. So I have my little bag of cameras, and just be me. And I'm like, I'm just going to go wander the city. Like one time I went to San Francisco, and there's a place, I forget where it's in, kind of the what would you call it? Kind of the hedonistic sort of area. And there's a bunch of alleyways that you can go see just this beautiful graffiti artwork and photograph it. But you got to juggle and hang out with heroin junkies and people grabbing you and all sorts of weird stuff going on. And even for a big guy like me, it was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like, I had one lady, she just really wanted to touch to me and talk to me and hit me up for cigs, and and just really getting too close. In fact, the other homeless people were like, "Get away from him! Leave him alone."
There's always like a bad area of town, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and so in Austin, East Side is kind of rejuvenating.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go there not by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I live in South Austin, which is phenomenally beautiful. I'd walk around, no problem. But I'm not going to go to East Side at this point of Austin, completely hang out by myself. You
And
know
she
what
lives
I mean?
here.
And I live here. So when people say, "Oh, I went to South Austin by myself and then I couldn't find a taxi after 12 o'clock," I'm like, well, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Or Uber drivers are like, "I don't want to go over there at a certain time." So I think this is a really important piece. When you live in a city, you know the city. So I'm super excited. Here's what I'm excited about. I'm excited that it's female oriented.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that because my book, Sexy Boss, is 100% about women empowerment and owning their own business. I've owned my own business since 2001, and it's super liberating.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And I'm a big supporter of women.
You are.
You know, last time I checked, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So there's that.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks. My mom's the greatest.
Moms are the
If
best.
it wasn't for my mom, and you know, I'm really convinced of that. Recently I was talking about Facebook how I want more women in government. I think there's only 20% of women in government, and I'm tired of the wars. I'm tired of guys who don't give a crap about kids being killed in schools and all that sort of noise. And you know, I think too, we might have better infrastructure. We got some women that know how to budget. You know,
Budget building.
men's are just like let's
let's get some stuff.
You know, so. I'm tired. Whatever we have isn't working. So let's get more women in office and everything else.
Are you going to run for office in Vegas?
No.
Have you thought about it?
No.
I feel like you're
If I do
it, will you run for office, sir, in
If
Vegas?
I do, I have to go into the West Desert and move some bodies further out.
Oh.
So there's that.
There's that.
But
There's
you know,
that.
after some of the people have run recently, I might have a good chance. Considering I think I'm on the higher moral.
I
whatever.
agree with that.
So-
I thought about running.
You should.
I don't know if I
You should.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Is that like I feel
I'd
like
vote
that's an
for you.
Oprah moment. Is that an
I'd
Oprah
vote for
moment?
you. I think that's a commitment.
Is that a
Do we have
commitment?
I feel like I'm in Face the Nation and we just made a moment.
Was that I feel like that is Face the Nation in a moment. Or like Chuck Todd. Did
saw
you
your
just say
David Letterman?
that you were gonna newscast?
There we
now,
go.
I live in Austin, which is a super liberal town, and in Texas is very Republican, so there's a lot of controversy with that. And
I would pay $5 to see you punch Ted Cruz in the face.
Only 5? Like,
just-
I don't.
I'll
That seems
give
low.
you 20. I'll give you
Okay.
100 for that.
Would you give it
but
100?
Sadly, that probably won't end well. So, what else is up for you in the future? What do you got going on? That,
You know, I'm really focused on really helping small business owners. That's my thing, is like really helping them. One of the things I'm doing though is I'm actually speaking at AM Days, which in Vegas, by the way, May.
Wow.
We'll have dinner.
Yes.
AM Days, Affiliate Management Days, whatever that is, and I'm speaking on chatbots. You know, talk about that a little bit.
I've heard of those.
Heard of those, and talking about the future of chatbots and Facebook chatbots. So I'm focused a lot on that, tips and tricks to deal with that. But here's the deal. In with this is that the number one thing that small business owners can't do or have a hard time doing is selling themselves.
Yeah.
They suck at it.
Yeah.
They are really good at creating the product or the service or whatever it is, and then they're like, how do we sell it? So that's kind of what my little sweet spot is how do you help small business owners, or what I call low small entrepreneurs, how do you help them, how do I help them really sell their products and services? So that's what I do. Heather Havenwood.
She's got a book, so check out her book.
Yeah, many books.
And then give us your websites one more
Yeah,
time.
heatherhavenwood.com or sexybossinc.com. Now, if you're interested in my chat bot, because that was super curious, you can go to askheatherann.com, and what happens is it opens up Facebook Messenger, and this whole conversation happens, and I pop up, and I start talking to you. So askheatherann.com. It's super cool.
Sounds good. Thanks, Heather.
You're
It's
welcome.
wonderful to finally
It's
be
nice
here and hang out with you.
Woo!
See ya.